On Saturday, the 11th of June, where we raced at Hollywoodbets Greyville, featuring the Hollywoodbets Raceday, and the main event was the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge, and there were a few supporting features as well. Race number 1 was the Liga Juvenile Plate. The distance was 1200 meters, and this was a smart introduction by Dean Canamae's runner called Bright Green with Keegan DeMello.
Sirens of Silence on the outside. United Prince is putting in a run. Riley can't get through. Music is live. United Prince turn. Bright Green's come from nowhere on the inside. United Prince, Bright Green exploding into action, and that's it. Game, set and match. Bright Green. United.
Wow, pencil this one in. Bright Green did come from off the speed, and the word was that he should come on with this run, but he certainly won a good race. Bright Green, the son of Gimme the Green Light. He beat the top one, which was number 7, United Prince. Things did not go according to plan around the turn. He got unbalanced. He's severely checked as well. Don't write him off. The trifecta was rounded off by 4. And 8 was the tri-quartet number. So 9, 7, 4, and 8 is the way they crossed the line in race number 1. Race number 2 was the start of the Exotics, and race number 2 was the SABC Sport. It was a maiden plate over 1200 meters, and this was a very smart introduction by Peter Muscat's runner called Formiga, and was partnered by Craig Zaki. First time at the track, they thought would be green, but have a look at this performance by number 3, Formiga.
Subway 300 to go. Lazy Guy, Former Gears running a huge race between them. Here's Former Gear now putting in a winning stride, and Former Gear hits the front, 100 to go, and Former Gear electric the last 100, going away. Geronimo's second.
Yeah, after this performance, it'll be no surprise to see this horse as an entry on Hollywoodbets Durban July Day in a race like the Golden Horseshoe, or maybe even the Premier's Champion Stakes at the end of the season on Gold Cup Day. 3, 1, 5, and 10 was the result of race number 2. We then went on to the Place Accumulator, and this was the Hollywoodbets Super League Devonair Stakes, a listed race over 1400 meters. And Little Mary Sunshine from the Mike de Kock yard went off as the top one. But when we chatted to trainer Mike de Kock prior to the race, he had reservations with regards to the distance, where she was dropping to 1400 meters. But this was a top-class win from one of the smaller yards here in KZN from Daryl Moore with his filly called Canadian Summer.
Run. Little Mary Sunshine, only hearts along the inside. Woodland Retreat could have a say. Canadian Summer on the outside. Little Mary Sunshine the inside, but Canadian Summer bolts away from them, and Canadian Summer going on. Woodland Retreat on the inside second, then Little Mary Sunshine, and only hearts.
There could be more to come from her. Once she learns her trade and learns to keep a straight course, she did the exact same thing she did when winning her maiden at a penultimate start. But this time it wasn't as bad. She lugged right to the outside of the track, but she was still good enough to win, and win well. 2, 6, 1, and 3 was the result of race number 3. We went on to the big one, the Pick 6, which got in excess of 2.2 million rand, and this was the Celsius Sharks Gate Crasher Stakes, a listed race over 1400 meters.
To give a kick. Union Square. Captain Casey's on the inside, ready or not. Aztec Warrior Extreme outside. Wiccan Warriors running on to the inside. Captain Casey's coming at Cousin Casey inside the last 150, but Cousin Casey still has a length to spare. Superior Force, but Cousin Casey has the eyes on the prize to win it. Superior Force second, then came...
Well, this was a result that played itself out exact when they met last time out. That was Cousin Casey beating Superior Force. That's the way they raced when they raced at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. So 8, 10, 2, and 7. And for the guys that included 8 and tried to beat number 4, Ready or Not, and number 2, Union Square in the Pick 6, it was a good result for them. I had a quick chat to Dean Canamae after the running of the race to ask him about Ready or Not, and he said it could have been you know, not the right thing to do to drop him in distance. 1400 meters still on the sharp side for him. Then on to Jackpot 1, which was race number 5. This was the Hollywoodbets Dolphin Cup Trial, a grade 3 over 1800 meters. And for me, one of the performances of the afternoon. Have a look at this. Airways Law.
Anderson making their runs. On the outside, Gainsford, Native Tongue and Shalima wide open. Airways Law trying to close in. Warrior runs on. Airways Law. Gainsford, Gentleman's Wager, nowhere to go, but Mount Anderson now picks it up. Mount Anderson, Airways Law, a big runner on the inside. Airways Law, his date with destiny today. He beat Mount Anderson.
Well, in my pre-race interview and the show I did with Sheldon Peters during the course of the week, I said he could be ready to chill with the big boys. Well, he certainly did in a big way. Airways Law has been winning in handicap company, and he took on a field that's been there and done that at the highest level. There were some quality horses here. He's only starting up his engine, and after gelding, he's just been a different horse. He's not yet a nominee for the Hollywoodbets Durban July, but I suspect after this performance the connections will be thinking seriously of supplementing him for Africa's premier horse racing event. Punching above his weight this afternoon, number 14 Airways Law. That full result there in race number 5 was 14, 7, 5 and 1. We then went on to race number 6, and the guys that survived that leg of the pick 6, it was all smiles. Race number 6 was the East Coast Radio Tibashina Stakes, a Group 2 over 1400 meters, and this was a high-class win for Johan Janssen van Wieren, the Werners, and Keegan de Mello with number 2, Homely Girl.
Between horses, could get into the race. Marina's got it all to do. Past the 300, Quintus lies, taken on by Mount Laurel. Homely Girl runs a big race. Then comes Supreme Quest. They followed by Ecstatic Green, Bold Axe, 150 out, lots of with chances. Supreme Quest, Homely Girl runs big towards the outside. Homely Girl finishing strongly with Ecstatic Green. Homely Girl beats Ecstatic Green. Third goes to Supreme.
Yeah, she had the equipment change, which certainly did the trick this afternoon. Number 2, Homely Girl, bagging the Tibashina Stakes, sponsored by East Coast Radio, Group 2 over 1400 meters. She beat number 3, Ecstatic Green, who ran her heart out. And then the ever consistent, the solid individual, number 8, Supreme Quest, running another game race back in third. And the quartet number was number 7, and that was Bold Act. And then on to the main event, the race that we were all looking forward to, the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge, a Group 1 for a stake of 1,200,000 Rand, one of the premier 1600 meter races in the country. And let's have a look at what happened in race number 7.
Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge, Crown Towers taken on early by Russian Rock. MK's Pride, line back up, makes up a stack of ground. Prince of Fire, Supreme Warrior, further back to Almatana towards the outside. MK's Pride in front, he's 2 lengths in front. Almatana charging towards the outside with linebacker. Almatana though went past and wins with authority.
Well, he's a good horse. He's always been a very good horse from the Mike de Kock stable, but I think after today's performance, we'll call him a special horse, because he's now, a 7-time winner from 14 starts. That gives him a 50% win strike rate. A masterful ride there by Richard Fourie to get Almutana up, and well done to the connections from the Mike de Kock yard. But we're going to have to spend some time on the horses that finished in front of him. Second in the race was Linebacker, a blinker strike. His main aim, no doubt, is the Hollywoodbets Durban July. And if you fancy him for that race, you'll be really pleased with that run. Jet Dark had so much ground to make up. He was last turning into the straight. He was the top one. He was the horse to beat in the best weighted column. He's run his heart out from the back of the field. In fact, if you watch that slow-mo replay past the post, I think 50 meters past the post, he's a winner. He's actually winning going away. And Jet Dark, he's the horse that's carrying top weight in this year's Hollywoodbets Durban July. So they will be really happy with that run as well. And then number 12, MK's Pride. From the worst of the draws, he was staying on nicely for that fourth position. But the 2022 renewal of the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenger Group 1 over a mile, belongs to Al Mutana. We went on to the penultimate race, and if you are running in this pick six thus far, well, you are all smiles because you had the results that you wanted for a very decent dividend. And here Master Archie was all the rage. He was well clear in the best weighted column, by far the best sprinter if you have a look at his rating of the 3-year-olds, but it didn't turn out to be his day.
So Archie makes his run in between runners and still got 7 lengths to make up past the 300. Issy Vungu Vungu in the middle of the course and William Robertson meet up. Master Archie is third, still 4 lengths off the leader. William Robertson with a 1.5 length lead over Issy Vungu Vungu. Nothing from Master Archie today. William Robertson wins and wins in style. William Robertson the winner, second Master Archie.
Well, with Faustina setting hot factions up front over 1100 meters, it was a well stretched out field turning into the straight. I thought Issy Vungu Vungu ran his heart out. He's still a young 3-year-old compared to a few of the others that have had many more runs from him than he has, and he ran a very good race to run third. Master Archie had a lot of ground to make up, too much of ground in the short running at Hollywoodbets Greyville, but he managed to run on and grab second. But this horse, William Robertson, what a run, what a ride, and what a strike from Cornet's Speech with the blinkers on today. Short of his best, but he made his move at the right time, and a great ride by Samanga Kumalo. 1, 6, 5 and 7 is the way they crossed the line in race number 8. If you've been following the racing this afternoon at Hollywoodbets Greyville, not a favorite to arrive in the first 8 races. But we had an odds-on shot in race number 9, and that was Glenn Cotson and Richard Furey with this filly called Hold My Hand.
On her heels is second, then comes Duchess of Gold. Hold My Hand, tight gap. She squeezes her way through, and now she moves forward to join the leaders. Sea Cruise, Fear Meta, they further back. Hold My Hand showed a lot of guts, a lot of courage, and went through that gap and runs away. Sea Cruise second, Lurox, then comes Devils and Dust. Hold My Hand in a race of her own, she'll win this with a little bit of style. Hold My Hand, the winner, second, tight.
And that's how we expected a few of the other strongly fancied favorites to win on the day, but she was the only favorite to oblige. And for the boys that were running in the pick six and anchored her at the back, it was all smiles, because there were some doubts where she got squeezed for a stride of two trying to make a run between horses, but once she found the gap, that was it. Number 1, Hold My Hand, a favorable result in the exotics, beating 3, 6 and 2. And that was a wrap of our race meeting, as I mentioned, on the 11th of June, Hollywoodbets Race Day, featuring the main event, which was the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge, won this year by Al Mutana. It was a big team that worked this afternoon at Hollywoodbets Greyville. It was Graham Hawkins in the studio. We had Alistair Cohen and Sheldon Peters sharing the commentary box, and I had some time to work with them in the parade ring. And the entire Hollywoodbets team, job well done. It was a fantastic race day, and let's not forget our very own Gold Circle TV team as well. From myself, Deez Danan, until we meet again, you take care. Salaniga Shle.